32, Gary Holmes. Batting second to catcher, number 33, Edward Joe. Batting third, playing first base, number 22, Tyler Williams. Batting cleanup and playing left field, number 17, Jay Roberts. Batting fifth, designated hitter, number 7, Shelby Robertson. Batting sixth and playing right field, number 4, Blake Hitchcock. Batting seventh and playing shortstop, number 20, Brandon Wall. Batting eighth and playing second base, number 8, Jason Salter. Batting ninth and playing third base, number 12, Daniel Nelson. And the pitcher for today's game, number 24, Justin Smith. And the rest of the Ridgeland Titans. The Titans are coached by head coach Tim Dowdy and assisted by Jerry DeWee, Brian Ray, Josh Avonmar. Now, the starting lineup for the Pontotoc Warriors with a record of 31 wins, 3 losses. Leading off and playing left field, number 2, J.J. Hester. Batting second, the pitcher, number 22, Caleb Kidd. Batting third, playing first base, number 15, Tyler Hodge. Batting cleanup, the catcher, number 25, Ace Gregory. Batting fifth and playing center field, number 21, Jacob Kidd. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, number 27, Nathan Hamilton. Batting seventh and playing shortstop, number 14, Josh Robinson. Batting eighth and playing third base, number 19, Tyler Holt. Batting ninth and playing right field, number 17, Terry Walker. And playing second, number 8, Adam Peoples. And the rest of the Pontotoc Warriors. The Warriors are coached by head coach Phil Webb and assisted by Josh Dowdy, Shane Ard, and Jason Warren. The umpires for today are Carl Hathorn, Robert Wilson, Phoenix Hendricks. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you stand as we honor America in the playing of our national anthem. Gentlemen, please remove your caps.
And welcome out to the Hollow, ladies and gentlemen. Game 2 of the North Half Championship here. Adam Gore bringing this action on Channel 13. It was a great one down in Jackson as Pontotoc was able to go on the road and take Game 1. Looking to close out the series here with Game 2. It's a hot day out the ballpark. The sun is shining, the wind's blowing, and these Pontotoc fans are ready. Well, a big turnout for him down in Jackson. Even bigger one as expected today out here at the Hollow. As everyone got here early. Take a shot of the crowd across the way. There's a shot of the Ridgeland group. Then, of course, as always, the grandstand, if you will. And then the Pontotoc side packed out. And this one, so you see Pontotoc taking the field. On the mound for Pontotoc today, 11-0, Caleb Kidd will be throwing. And it's your regular lineup. Lead off with J.J. Hester, followed up by Caleb Kidd, Tyler Hodge, Hayes Gregory, Jacob Kidd, Nathan Hamilton in the DH, Adam Peoples playing second base, Josh Robinson, Tyler Holt, and Kerry Walker will be starting today for the Warriors. For Ridgeland, same as last time, as we were able to go down and catch that action. Let's take a look at the Ridgeland dugout, the Titans. In this one, trailing 0-1 in the series. They're sending out their ace in the hole. Justin Smith will be on the mound today. The Delta State signee. Get a chance whenever you see him take the field. You'll see this kid is just built to throw the baseball. He looks to be about 6'2", 6'3", long and slender. But either way it goes, here's their batting lineup from top to the bottom of the order. Derek Holmes, Edward Joe, Tyler Williams, Jay Roberts, Shelby Robertson, Blake Hitchcock, Brandon Wells, Jason Salters, and Daniel Nelson will be the lineup for Ridgeland. Well, as we said, this is game 2. Pontotoc leads the series 1-0. A win today by Pontotoc. They'll await the winner out of the South. As we're ready to go here, as leading off for the Titans will be Derek Holmes. Derek batted 4 times down in Jackson. Walt once, popped out once, and struck out twice. And Kidd waiting to throw the first pitch of the ball game. First pitch delivered. Swung on and miss. Strike 1. Well, this should be an outstanding matchup between pitchers today. That one delivered a little high for a ball. One and one now the count. Got him that time, looking strike 2. 1-2 goes to count. Well, I don't have a good angle on the scoreboard, plus the sun is semi in my eyes here, so it's all good. There's a shot, and it's going to be a fair ball. Quickly relayed into the infield, and he just turned on it quickly, and it bounced just fair. So a leadoff double for Williams. So a good way to lead off the ball game if you're a Ridgeland fan. But odds are we won't have any in the viewing area. Now up is Edward Joe, the catcher for Ridgeland. Runner on second. Looks at ball 1. Well, the wind is active today. Swirling winds, I guess you can say. Takes a shot. Scooped up. Thrown across the way. Not in time. Well, they found just the right part of the gap that time. And Joe was able to beat out the throws. The throw was a little short in the dirt. Now Pontotoc. First pressure of the ball game here. Runners on the corners. First and third for Tyler Williams, the left fielder. First pitch in there for a strike. Well, it's good to hear the announcement before the game that David Kidd was able to make it back out to the ballpark today. So we're glad to see Mr. Kidd back out in the hollow as that second pitch is low in the dirt for ball 1. 1-1 now the count. Runner on first takes his lead. High pitch. Ball 2. 2-1. They come out and talk to Caleb on the mound, try to get him settled back down. I'll tell you, it's not officially summer yet, but it's officially hot. No doubt in that. They say the temperature is supposed to be the mid to high 80s. This ball gets away from him. That's going to score 1 run as he couldn't find the baseball. And our first run of the ball game scores as the runner will advance over to second. So now your score, 1-0 here, Ridgeland in the early going. Well, unfortunately, the ball took a funny hop as it sounded like solid contact against the chest protector of the catcher for Pontotoc, and he thought it just dropped straight down, but instead rolled behind him. Counts 3-1. The runner on second. There's a shot to the outfield. Kidd chasing back, makes the play. Runner will stay on second. Good relay into third. That's now Jay Roberts will be stepping up to the plate. First one high for ball 1. Tried to get him to chase a high one that time, but he held off on it. Runner on second takes his lead. In there for a strike. 1-1 goes the count. This one's popped up and put out. Second out of the inning. As number 7, Shelby Robertson now will dig in at the plate with 2 outs and a runner on second. They've already scored 1 run here in the first inning of play. That one in the dirt. The runner's going to advance to third. But you imagine Caleb's not going to be happy with his first inning performance here. It's the second pass ball, then one of them scored a run and advanced the runner to second. Now the runner advances to third on a pass ball. This one swung on and fouled back for strike 1. There's a great crowd today out for this Pontotoc team. Still people coming into the game. A lot of people with the right idea bringing umbrellas and tents out to the game. Note to self, if we get any more action after this, I got to be out of the sun. Bring him 1-2. Swing and a miss that time. Count goes 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the first. Adam Gore bringing this action here, the North Half Championship, Game 2. Oh, borderline. Thought he had him looking that time. Right away it goes now. The count goes full with a runner on third. I said the North Half Championship Game 2 being played in Pontotoc. This one hit. Second baseman scoops it up. Throw across the way. That's going to be the third out of the inning. Only 1 run scored that time for Ridgeland. Now Pontotoc's got to come back and answer with the bats here on the other end as we're going to move to the bottom of the first. And as you take a look at Justin Smith, he'll be taking the mound today for Ridgeland. As we said, Ridgeland's ace in the hole, the Delta State signee. As we're in the bottom of the first, be sure and go by and thank Southern Pulmonary Care and 316A in Pontotoc for sponsoring this action as J.J. Hester steps up to the plate to lead off for the Warriors. Swing and a miss, or no swing, and fouled it back that time, did J.J. There's a lot of height coming in on this Smith kid in the ball game. He says he's got good speed, good variations of speed, hits his spots well, so we'll see how well he pitches today. Swing and a miss that time by Hester. Oh, 2 to the count now against JJ. 1-0 is your score. Looks at ball 1. 1-2. Swing and a miss. And the first strikeout of the ball game for Smith. Now it will be Caleb Kidd. Caleb reached on a couple of, actually Caleb reached every time up down in Jackson. Reached on 2 errors. He singled and got hit by a pitch in game 1 as the first pitch delivered to Kidd. I believe he called it ball 1. No, strike 1. Second one in the dirt. Now the count goes 1-1. Well, the batters will be challenged today for Pontotoc, as he sort of halfway made up his mind to swing, then went on through it for strike 2. One away. 1-0 is your score. Ball low in the dirt. 2-2 now goes the count against Caleb Kidd. And he chases a bad one. The throw down. And another strikeout for Smith. Now it will be Tyler Hodge. Hodge stepping to the plate here with 2 outs. Tyler reached on an error the last ball game. Got on by a couple of fielders' choice. The check swing, and he said he went. Strike 2. 0-2 against Hodge. Smith working well here early in the game. That one low, outside, tried to get him chasing an outside pitch that time, but he held off. The count goes 1-2. One and two the count. Fouled back. Count stays the same. Well, he's got good velocity. It looks like if you could ever make solid contact on one, you can ride him for a little while. But as I said, inside for a ball. 2-2 now goes the count against Hodge. Ridgeland fans thought they got him looking that time, but instead the umpire said it was a little inside. He chased one, but it gets away. Hodge just got to hustle, and he can't beat the throw, and that's going to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Pontotoc. Ridgeland taking care of business easily in the bottom of the first. As we'll take you to a break and hear from Southern Pulmonary Care Services and Pharmacies located in 316A in Pontotoc. Be sure and go by and thank them for sponsoring this best of 3 series here as Game 2 coming to you from Pontotoc. Adam Gore bringing this action. We'll be back with more right after this. As we come back to action, we're moving to the top of the second. Your score is 1-0 here in Pontotoc. Ridgeland's advantage. Hitchcock is up for Ridgeland, looking at a 1-run advantage. Caleb Kidd taking the mound for Pontotoc. Delivers the first pitch for a ball. Second pitch low for a ball. 2-0 goes the count against Hitchcock. This one fouled back for strike 1. But you got to think you would like to find, or you'd like to see Kidd find his rhythm here in the game. There it is. Strike 2. Well, Game 3, if necessary, will be on the road in Jackson, back at Smith Wills Stadium. That one high as he thought about swinging on it, but held back. The count goes full. And he walked him. A leadoff walk to start the second. Now it will be number 20, Brandon Walls, for the Titans. We talked about it a little bit in Game 1. This is only the second year of existence that Ridgeland has been around. Used to be part of Madison Central. Throwback. Half-hearted, not in time. Strike 1. We're in the top of the second inning. Ridgeland leads this one 1-0 over Pontotoc in Game 2 of the North Half Championship. Foul back for strike 2. Oh, 2 the count now on Walls. We had an overexciting Game 1 down in Jackson. 4-3 was the final. Runner shows he goes. And it got him looking that time for strike 3. The first strikeout of the ball game for Kidd. As now that's going to bring Salters up to the plate. With 1 away and a runner on first. Well, that's what Caleb needs right there. Get a quick strikeout. Get some confidence going to throw over to first. Not in time. As there was a strike delivered. 0-1 goes the count. Runner takes his lead off first. Swing and foul back for strike 2. But watching Kidd, of course you couldn't get him on the screen there. Sort of hard to get all the action in baseball on one go. But you can just tell his delivery is starting to gain some confidence. The runner goes. The throw gets away, rolls into the outfield. But in the meantime, Kidd strikes out another one. Second one looking that time, as Daniel Nelson will come up to the plate with 2 outs and a runner on second. Some Pontotoc fans answering back with some cowbells of their own. Heard a few air horns as there's a shot up the middle, picked up by the shortstop. Throw to first in time, and that will end the top of the second. No harm done that time for Pontotoc. As there goes the air horn. That's a loud one. As I said, during football season, I'm not a fan of the air horn, but hey, if you're supporting the home team and you bring them out on a day like today in a big ball game like this, I got no problem with it. Well, by the magic of television, we'll move to the bottom of the second. Due up for the Warriors this inning will be leading off Hayes Gregory. He'll be followed by Jacob Kidd and Nathan Hamilton at the plate as Hayes will dig in. He just saw the first three batters of the ball game go down on strikes to Smith. First pitch swung on and missed. Smith Kidd's impressive. He keeps his pitches down. Got a lot of good breaking action. He collects strike one that time on Hayes. One outside for a ball. 1-1 now goes to count on Gregory. That one in the dirt. 2-1 is the count now on Hayes. Pontotoc's just got to be patient with Smith. Watch him and get a feel for him. As there's a strike. 2-2 now goes the count on Gregory. So Gregory's got to protect the plate now. Hayes waiting the pitch. Hits it. Hits it. The shortstop bobbled it a little bit. Gonna have to hurry. Not in time. Good job of hustling down the baseline that time by Hayes to beat the throw. The throw was a little high. Had to get him to come off the bag, but the first baseman, an excellent play that time to reach back and put the tag on him. But it was after he touched the base. So now up will be Jacob Kidd. Kidd digs in with a runner on first. A throwback, not in time. Bit close for comfort though, as Gregory sort of had a slip of footing when he tried to dive back. Swings on the first one, hit to the center fielder, but he grabbed it out that time. Was hoping the wind might blow that one down, make it drop a lot sooner than the center fielder throw, but instead equaled in a pop out. As Jake is struggling in this series. He went 0 for 4 yesterday. But now up is Nathan Hamilton, who too is struggling in this series. He was 0 for 4 in game 1. Pair of ground outs, a pop out and a strikeout. Hamilton swing. Okay, I think I'm back now. Sorry about that. Said he did not go around on the swing. One and two is the count. Well, he's shown a lot of attention to first base. as he throws back over on just about every other pitch. Hamilton, low check swing is rolling, and it's going to stay fair. Well, that's one of them home field rolls there, I guess you can say. As a check swing turns into a single for Hamilton. Now up is going to be Josh Robinson. Josh is 1 for 3 in the series. Waiting for his first pitch, but eventually calls time. The Smith taking his deliberated time that time as the coach has to come out and talk to him. And thanks to the magic of television, you won't have to sit through this. Fouled back that time. So I guess they said that last one did roll foul. So they moved everybody back around. And he's battling at the plate. He made contact once again, but it went foul. Smith apparently not happy with the baseball he had and switched it out there. Runner on first. This is Hamilton at the plate battling against Smith. 2-2 the count. A diving stop, but he couldn't hold on to it as it rolled into the outfield. So now there's our single that I gave him credit for earlier. As now Robinson will come up to the plate with runners on first and second. Robinson picked up the win in the first game. He had 5 strikeouts in the game, none bigger than that very last one to seal the deal in game 1. Excellent ball game throwing the ball. Check swing, and he went for strike 1. Coming low for a ball. The runner on first takes his lead, as does the runner on second. There's a shot. Excellent play that time by Smith. The ball hit his foot and bounced straight up in the air. He did a good job of locating the baseball, finding himself on the field, looking at his runners on the other way, and getting the put out that time. And the runners advance to second and third as we have 2 outs now. I want Holte to put one in my lap now, as that one's outside for a ball. Got runners on second and third, 2 away. Pontotoc trails here 1-0. A base hit would score a run. A long ball would be huge. Oh, the second time in the series that Holtz fouled one back off his foot. And if anybody's ever played baseball and done that, you know it's painful. Two away. Runners on second and third. Pontotoc don't want to leave anyone stranded. Tyler Holt at the plate. Looks at strike 2. 2 away. Smith on the mound. There's a little grounder. Found the second baseman, and the putout ends the inning there. So Pontotoc got a couple of hits, but left them stranded. And your score will remain 1-0. Titans will move to the bottom of the second. Or the top of the third, excuse me. So we come back to the top of the third. Your score is 1-0. Ridgeland's advantage here over Pontotoc. Be sure and go by and thank Southern Pulmonary Care Services and Pharmacy, located on 316A in Pontotoc, for sponsoring this best of 3 series here. Had a chance to go down and shoot the commercials you've been seeing here. As the first pitch swung on and finds the gap and will roll out to the outfield. So a leadoff single for Ridgeland. So a good way to lead off the third here for Ridgeland. That's now Edward Joe. Will be up at the plate. But as I said, got a chance to go down and shoot the commercial for Southern Pulmonary Care Services. Had a great time out there with the lady shooting that commercial. So be sure and go by and tell them thank you. And if you're in need of any of the services they provide, you're in good hands, as all of them are licensed therapists there. Not only will you be in professional hands, but you enjoy your visit, I promise you. Throw to first, not in time. And there's a strike. There's a shot, third base side. Stays fair. He's got trouble. They thought about waving him home, but instead Hester did a great job of hustling to get the ball in. Second double of the ball game for Ridgeland, as a courtesy runner will come into the game. Runners on second and third. No outs. Kid has got his back against the wall here, the way Smith is pitching today, but Pontotoc was able to put a little bit, few hits on him the last round up. First pitch high for a ball, but Kid needs to find his control, step up big here. This one's lifted, drifting back, and it's gone. Big shot that time. By Tyler Williams. A 3-run home run. And Ridgeland's went up big here in the third. That's all right, though. We still got a lot more baseball left to play. Now up will be Jay Roberts. As the bases were just clear with that 3-run home run. Kid comes back and delivers ball 1. Swing and a miss that time for strike 1. 1-1 goes the count now on Jay Roberts. Oh, a little high. He said borderline pitch. Couldn't get the call. 2-1 now goes the count. This one's fouled out of play for strike 2. This is game 2 of the best of 3 series here. Your score, 4-0, Ridgeland's advantage. There's a shot. Shortstop gathers it, but he lost it. Well, that's going to be tough on Kidd. He just gave up the long ball. Thought he had a routine ground out there, and then they bobble the ball in the infield and allow a man to reach on an error. First pitch in there for a strike. Second pitch low, 1-1 goes the count. Second one low for a ball. There's another hard shot, but it's put out by Hester that time for the first out of the inning. A good job adjusting to the baseball that time by JJ's. It's a low line pop out that time. Is able to chase it down and get the first out here of the inning. Runner stays on first. Now up is Hitchcock for Ridgeland. Hits a shot over to Holt. There's one. Couldn't turn 2. Smart job of putting that one in his pocket that time by Peoples. That's a good slide that time to stop the double play. Would have been close, but they did get the lead man out that time. As now Brandon Walls will be up here with 2 outs. Kidd trying to gather himself, stepping off the mound. Pitch delivered that time. Tried to get him to chase a dropper, but didn't do it. Ball 1. Runner goes. Hit over to Holt. Holt's got to hurry. Bobbled it for a second and put him out. The diving effort would not do it. So that's going to end it right there for the third. As we'll move to the bottom of the third. Your score, 4-0, Ridgeland's advantage. As you take a look at the center field Fanatics, not a lot of ruckus going on out here in the outfield. They're looking at the Warriors turning in this ball game, 4-0, as we're in the bottom of the third. But you look at it, it is a huge crowd out here, those trying to support the Warriors and get behind them here. As Kerry Walker is up for Pontotoc. The wind has shifted out of the park. Walker swings on the first pitch, hit to the third baseman, and the put out over to first. Now we go back to the top of the order here. J.J. Hester will be dinging at the plate. He struck out swinging his first time up. Need one of those big hits now out of J.J. that we've seen throughout the season. Pops this one up. Second baseman calls it off and puts it out. Well, he saw a pitch he liked. He just got under it. So 2 up, 2 down. Caleb Kidd coming up to the plate. Kidd waiting for the first pitch. inside for ball one. Well, wind has died now. The shifting winds not blowing any certain way for a long period of time. Second pitch in the dirt. Gets away from the catcher, but no runners on, so no harm done. 2-0 now. The count on Caleb. Swing and a miss, but they said he tipped it that time. Either way it goes, it's a strike. 2-1 now goes the count on Kidd. Two on the count on Kidd. Was at it high for a ball. 3-1 now the count. Kidd check swings, and that's the way it's been going today for Pontotoc. He tried to check his swing as the pitch was high, but instead it popped out to the shortstop that time to end the inning. No hits, no runs, no errors. 3 up, 3 down. Ridgeland. A lot of momentum building in this one as we'll move to the top of the fourth. But before we do, we'll take you to a break and hear from Southern Pulmonary Care Services and Pharmacy, the sponsor of this best of 3 series here between Pontotoc and Ridgeland in the North 4A Championship. We'll be back with the top of the fourth after we hear from them. Jason Salters will dig in here to lead off the fourth. He struck out his first time up. Time starting to run out here on Pontotoc in game 2. 4-0 is your score. Shows bunt, puts it down, picked up by Holt, and the put out over on first. Salters a little kid, but the bunt was successful. The kid's got speed. Now it will be Daniel Nelson for Ridgeland with 1 away here in the fourth. Swings on the first one, pop to the outfield, and it's going to be a ground rule double as it found the gap and skipped over the fence. So the bats of Ridgeland came with them to Pontotoc. As now we move back to the top of the order, Derek Holmes, who's 2 for 2 on the day with a double and a single, now has a runner on second. First pitch delivered high for ball 1. This one fouled back out of play for strike 1. And he called time while Kidd had his head turned. No pitch. Ridgeland has batted around twice as they're back to the lead-up order here with Derek Holmes. As Kidd steps off, looks back the runner on second. Swung on, hit to the third baseman, scoops it up, puts it out on first. Good job by Kidd, going through the play the whole way, covering third. Good job by Holt holding on to it long enough to look the runner back to second to keep him from advancing. 2 outs. First pitch low for a ball. Got a runner on second. Edward Joe at the plate for Ridgeland. Up in this ball game, 4-0. Swings at a high one for strike one. We're in the top of the fourth here. 4-0 Ridgeland lead. Pitch for Kidd for a ball. That one low in the dirt. I believe it goes ball three. 3-1 now the count, and the chance of ball four will ring out from the Ridgeland faithful and the bullpen. Or the dugout, excuse me. They tried to get a throw out over on the second, but was not close. Yeah, I ain't even looking. Oh, come on. I go to walking. Tyler Williams, who just had that 3-run shot, will now dig back into the plate. It looked like Kidd got out of the inning with that last pitch. Apparently it was a little too outside for the umpire's liking. Runners on first and second. Throwback goes to second. 2 outs here. If Kidd was throwing in Jackson, he would have got that call. They were calling the outside pitches the other day. That one's high for ball 2. This one's fouled back. 2-1 now goes the count on Williams. Runners on first and second. Williams is 1 for 2 today with a 3-run home run. Swing, and couldn't catch up with that one as Kidd blew it by him. The count now goes 2-2 here. 2 away. We're in the fourth. Adam Gore brings this at you. Remind everyone to go by and check us out, www.w07bn.com. There's a shot. A diving second baseman couldn't get to it. One more run's going to score. And now your score, 5-0. Ridgeland's advantage. Jay Roberts, who has popped out and reached on an error, will be at the plate now for Ridgeland. Runners on first and second. Pops this one back for strike one. But the wind is now blowing into the field. It's blown every different angle. Here. There's a strike. Nice little change up that time out of Kidd. Had him looking on it the whole time. Runners on first and second. There's a shot. Third baseman steps on the bag and ends the inning. But another run did score for Ridgeland. Pontotoc in the hole. 5-0. As we'll move to the bottom of the fourth, the sticks have got to come to life soon for these Warriors as they trail this one 5-0 to Ridgeland, as we'll move to the bottom of the fourth. As we come back to action, Tyler Hodge will come up to the plate. He struck out his first time up. Looks at ball one. Right now, Pontotoc needs to get the bats warmed up. Start to rally, trailing this one 5-0 to Ridgeland. Swing and a miss that time out of Haji. 1-1 now the count. Grounder to the shortstop, scooped up, throw across the way, in time. One away. Hayes Gregory will now come up to the plate for Pontotoc. Looking to spark the bats. He had a single his first time up. As now he digs in. And takes ball one. Calls time like something might have flew up in his eye that time. That's the center field Fanatics trying to get behind the Gregory here. 2-0 is the count. Looks at ball three. 3-0. Well, the red light will be on here. So you figure Smith would just try to throw him something up there to get him to attempt that and see if he can't get him to pop out. As there it was that time, he just drew back and threw a strike. 3-1 will go the count. Hits one over the third baseman's head as it'll roll out to the outfield to be another hit for Hayes. As Hayes gets his second single of the ball game. Up now will be Jacob Kidd. As Hayes is going to get a courtesy runner checking into the ball game. One out. As Kidd will dig in here. Like to see a baseball land in my lap from Jake. Has a throw back to first, not in time. There's a swing and a miss, a good dropping ball that time, chased away from the batter. Jake took a big cut at it, but come up with empty that time. Throw back to first. Five to nothing is your lead here for Ridgeland. One away. Turned it a little too quick that time. Caught it off the top of the bat, or the tip of the bat. Two strikes. Now on Kidd. Runner took his lead. But got two steps off the bag before he threw it over there. He's able to dive back in time. Little chopper. As they get the lead man off at that time, Kidd will reach on a fielder's choice. And that's the first time in believe, 5 at bats. The first time in this series that he has been on base is Kidd. Now up will be Nathan Hamilton. The throw over to first. Not in time. Hamilton had his single his first time up. Looks at ball 1. Kidd takes his lead. Second pitch delivered high for a ball. Two oh the count. There's a shot. Throw to first will end the inning. Pontotoc struggling in this one, folks. They just can't find anything to build any confidence off of. As we're going to go to a commercial. When we come back, we'll have more action here from the Hollow. We'll be back with more right after this. Your score, 5-0 Ridgeland. Shelby Robinson will be leading off here for the Titans as they're sporting a 5-0 lead here over the Warriors in the Hollow Game 2 of the North Half 4A Championship. Kidd, he delivers the first pitch. This one's tracking back. And it's going to bounce off the wall. Well, another leadoff hit to start the inning for Ridgeland, as that ball was quickly relayed in. Only a single. The wind helped that one drift back over the head of Jacob that time. It bounced off the wall. Now up will be Hitchcock. First pitch in the dirt. This one's popped up. Esther calls him off and puts him out. For the first out of the inning here, runner will stay on first. As now Brandon Walls will come up to the plate. He struck out looking and grounded out his first 2 times up. Runner on first takes his lead. First pitch delivered for a strike. Pitch outside for a ball. 1-1 now the count. This one swung on and fouled out of play for a strike. Good the count is 1-2. Can't tell from the big board here. Sun putting a funny angle on it today. There's a shot, goes through the second baseman, and it's going to be a single. Salters now will dig in at the plate with runners on first and second. 5-0 is your lead here for Ridgeland, as they have came to play today. As Ridgeland coach coming out calling for time. And thanks to the magic of television, you won't have to wait for it either. As we're back from placing people here, there, and everywhere for Ridgeland. You've got one out. Salters at the plate. Salters just struck out and grounded out. He tried to advance on a bunt a while ago. Swing and a miss. Your score is 5-0. Ridgeland's advantage. Another swing and a miss that time. Kid, I believe, up 1-2 here. Checks the runner on second, delivers the pitch. It's swung on and it's hit. And it's going to find the hole. Runner's going to try to score. Throw not in time. And another run comes home. And runners advance around that time. So Ridgeland being very aggressive here. As Daniel Nelson is going to come up to the plate. But Pontotoc wants to come in and talk the thing over before delivering the first pitch to him. Well, when we have a break in the action, we'll take it one with them. Go by and thank the Southern Pulmonary Care Services and Pharmacy for sponsoring this action. We'll take you to a break and hear from them. We'll be back right after this. Well, Caleb will stay in as your pitcher after that meeting at the mound. As Daniel Nelson, who is 1 for 2 with a double today, has runners on first and second, swings at the first one, and it is grounded out of play for strike one. Pitch is high, 1-1 now the count here against Neslin. Thought about chasing that one, held off. 2-1 now the count here. Runners on second and third. 6-0 is your score here in Pontotoc. Ridgeland's advantage. And that one low. Too high, too low. 3-1 now the count. That's a chance of ball 4 ring from the dugout. This is quiet as I've ever heard the hollow this season. And there's a strike. 3-2 the count. Now the count goes full. And he walks him. So after he battled back to get the count full. And he walks, bases loaded. As we go back to the top of the order, Derek Holmes with ducks on the pond here for Ridgeland. Already up 6-0. First pitch delivered a strike. Second one foul back out. It comes back into the field. Thought it would have been out of play, but either way it goes for strike one. Bases loaded for Ridgeland, up 6-0 here. Pitch in the dirt. As he's going to come out and have a little discussion with the Pontotoc coach. think he was questioning that last pitch. The umpire walks down. Nope. Comes back. Apparently they got on the same page there. Bases loaded for Ridgeland. This is what they need here. They got to get to it. Somebody's got to hurry. Kid coming up and makes the out. Runners stay put. Well, the shortstop had trouble finding it. Kid caught him off and got the second out here. The inning is now Edward Joe, who has single, doubled, and walked in the ball game. Runners take their lead. Pitch delivered for a ball. Pitch high for ball 2. This one popped out. It's drifting back. Kid's got to hurry and gets under it. That's going to end the inning. 1 run scored, but they did not let anyone score off the bases loaded situations. They got out of the jam with a pair of pop-outs. We'll move to the top of the 6th. Your score, 6-0, Ridgeland. As we come back to action, I have to correct myself. We're in the bottom of the 5th now. As Pontotoc trails 6-0 here. It's pretty much now or never time to start making your move here to get back in this ball game if you're Pontotoc. Looks at ball 1. Tell you what, it's May and it's hot. I'm dreading this summer. Swing and a miss. 1-1 goes the count. It's a shot. Third baseman scoops it up. Throw in the way in time. Well, it's been a solid day fielding the ball for Ridgeland, as they committed 3 errors in game 1, all resulting in scores. But a solid day today out of Ridgeland, as Tyler Holt steps up to the plate. Looks at ball 1. Ball 2. One thing I will say, Justin Smith kid, Delta State signed a good one. As there's another grounder over to third base. Throw in time for out number 2. Well, he's getting it done. As now up will be Kerry Walker, looking to spark a 2-out rally here for Pontotoc. Swing and a miss by Walker. Another swing and a miss out of Walker. Fouled it back out of play. Count stays 0-2. Will it be interesting to see how much longer Ridgeland's going to keep Smith in this game? Yeah, I think they might be his last inning of pitching here, saving what they can for possible game 3. As that was outside for a ball. 1-2 the count. Pops this one up. Drifting back once again, third baseman getting a workout and gets the put out. All 3 outs collected by third base that time. 3 up, 3 down for Pontotoc. As now we'll move to the top of the 6th. Your score remains 6-0. Ridgeland's advantage here in the North 4A Championship here. Coming to you from the Hollow. Adam Gore. Check us out, www.w07bn. As we're in the transition from the bottom of the 5th to the 6th, remind everyone to go by and thank Southern Pulmonary Care Services and Pharmacy. They're sponsoring this 3-game series. I'll tell you what, instead of me telling you about them here, why don't we take you to a break and check out the commercial there and see some of the services they offer at Southern Pulmonary Care Services, located on 316A in Pontotoc. We'll be back right after this. Leading off the top of the 6th will be Tyler Williams. Sort of started the avalanche going there when he hit a 3-run shot. His second time up, he's 2 for 3 on the day. He singled his last time up. That pitch, a little high for a ball. That one low for a ball. 2-0 goes the count now on Williams. We talked about how big it was for Pontotoc to come in to Ridgeland and steal a win. Ridgeland taking back the whole film advantage as of right now, leading this ball game 6-0. Be something that the Warrior fans are not used to seeing in the Hollow this year. As this one's drifted back, and that one's gone. Williams brought the stick today. That's his second home run of the ball game. And it extends the lead now 7-0. See Williams crossing home plate there. That'll bring up Jay Roberts to the plate now for Ridgeland. As you can just take a look at the Pontotoc dugout and on the field. That just took everything out of them. And then Caleb's going to put a guy on by the hit batter. Robinson reached in the first game. Getting hit by a pitch.
How you going?
Or 1 second said he leaned into the pitch instead of turning from the pitch. So they brought him back down. And of course we saw in the first game, Coach coming out arguing some calls there, coaching the whole way through, even with a 7-0 lead now, getting in the officials' ear. And come on, man, go sit down. You're holding up the ball game. He had a few words to say to the umpire going back, and the umpire answered back as he was walking back to the dugout. The guy obviously stuck his arm out instead of tucking it in and turning. Good call that time by the umpire. This one's lifted. Popped out. Hester chasing and puts him out. So a good break there for Pontotoc. Instead of putting a guy on, they turn around and get him to pop out on the very next pitch. As that'll bring up Shelby Robertson now to the plate for Ridgeland. First pitch low for a ball. Well, there's a lot of people here. While I turn around, and then there's not a lot of people here. As this one's check swing, foul back for a strike. 1-1 now the count here on Robertson. Two on the count. One away here. Just a little low and outside once again for a ball. Kid's got to step off the mound and gather himself here. Not been the game we're used to seeing out of Caleb. So he delivers the strike. There's a shot to Holt. Holt scoops it up. Throw to first in time for the second out of the inning. This is going to bring up Blake Hitchcock now, who is walked, reached on the fielder's choice, and popped out his last time up. As Hitchcock now waiting the pitch. Looks at ball one. Not the fireworks as we saw in game one. As there's a big swing and a miss that time. That one high as he checked his swing, wanted to chase a high one, but did not. Count goes 2-1 now on Hitchcock. Fouls that one back, 2-2 goes the count. Two and two the count here with 2 outs. We are in the top of the 6th. That one in the dirt. The count will go full. Payoff pitch from Kidd. Swing and a miss. Kidd finished the inning strong there with a strikeout, his 3rd strikeout of the ball game. Well, one more run was scored. 7-0 is your score now. Pontotoc got to catch them bats on fire and try to build some confidence in this ball game, as it's been a game that we're not used to seeing out of the Warriors this year, especially at home. 17-0 at 17-0 here in the Hollow. Looking like they're going to drop the first game here. But either way it goes, they keep Smith on the mound for Ridgeland. Didn't think we would sit him this deep in the ball game, but that's a good sign for Pontotoc, because you can look at this Ridgeland team here. There are 2 different teams versus Smith on the mound and when someone else is. They play with a lot more confidence in the infield, not rushing to get to any balls, not trying to rush to make any plays. So if the game stays as is, 7-0 lead for Ridgeland. Game 3 will be Monday in Jackson. Gotta think Smith will not be available for that game, as he's working deep into this ball game. As now the bottom of the 6th, we rotate around to the top of the order. J.J. Hester will dig in to lead off the 6th inning of play here, the bottom of the 6th. Wind picking up here in Pontotoc. Hester swings on the first pitch, hit to the shortstop. Throw to first in time. J.J. tried to beat it out. Half a step away from beating that one out, but could not do it, as that will be recorded the first out here in the inning. Tough day for J.J. Leadoff man 0 for 3. Kid is 0 for 2. So the top 3 are having a tough day here for Pontotoc. Kid looks at ball 1. Swings on the second pitch. Grounder once again to the third baseman. And the second out here of the inning. Kid 0 for 3. Now it will be Tyler Hodge. Hodgie 0 for 2 on the day with a ground out and a strikeout. Everybody go by and thank Southern Pulmonary Care Services and Pharmacy for sponsoring this best of 3 series here in the North Half 4A State Championship Tournament, or game, I guess you could say. That first one is a strike. There's a shot. Second baseman falls down. Throw from his knee. And still gets to put out to end the 6th. Well, Pontotoc can't get anything going against Smith today. Your score 7-0. See Pontotoc taking their time, checking out of the dugout to come on to take the field. We'll take you to a break in here from Southern Pulmonary Care Services. They're located on 16A in Pontotoc. As when we'll come back, we'll start the top of the 7th after hearing from them. Now it will be Brandon Walls to lead off the top of the 7th here. Ridgeland leads this ball game 7-0. Not giving up yet, folks. We still got one more at bat. There's a high pitch. Jammed him inside. Didn't know what to do with the baseball that time for strike 1. There's a shot. Shortstop down on the knee, picks it up, throw across the way, in time, out number 1. Now it will be Jason Salters, the second baseman. As a meeting with the coach and the umpire once again. Not for sure what this is about. As he is trying to, one of the guys over here is trying to say his foot was not on the bag. Coach Duff getting a little upset with that. I heard someone yelling. I didn't know what that was all about, but apparently that was the coach over there. Get a little fired up. He's a fiery character. 2-0 goes to count now. There's a strike. It'll be interesting to check and see who Ridgeland will start in the Monday game. There's another strike delivered by Kidd. Tyler Williamson checked in that game in game 1, as he's gonna put a man on by a hit batter that time. Now it will be Daniel Nelson. But anticipating Tyler Williamson to get the start for Ridgeland in game 3. Tyler Hodge, I think, is the other. It's probably up in rotation as that pitch delivered. Leave low for a strike. And there's strike 2 delivered. Kid has found his rhythm here late in the ball game. That one foul back for off the net. Count stays the same, 0-2. Check swing went around and struck him out because there's a man on first. This is the 4th strikeout of the ball game for Kid.
Did you have to rescue Colin last night?
I did. They didn't want to stay any longer, they said.
That was kind of boring wherever he was.
They didn't want to pay $6 to get in.
Yeah, right.
I was that over the dance.
Foul back for strike 1.
We like to see him move. Come here. Yeah. Y'all need to be really careful going up there.
I didn't even know what it was. I didn't even know how to get there.
That's how Colin, the SRO officer.
Runner on first. Shows he goes, but did not. But that's another strike. 0-2 is the count now. 2 away.
Maybe.
Swing and a miss that time. Ken sits down Holmes with the strikeout. 2 back-to-back strikeouts that time for Caleb. Well, it's now or never for Pontotoc. Got a big hill to climb. Down 7-0 here. The bottom of the 7th. We'll take you to a break. Here from Southern Pulmonary Care Services and Pharmacy, located 316A here in Pontotoc. Be sure and go by and thank them for sponsoring this best-of-3 series between Ridgeland and Pontotoc. And once again, I'm surprised by this move as Justin Smith returns to the mound for Ridgeland. He won't be ready to go for game 3, I don't think. We'll see how that comes around. Either way it goes, we'll take a break here from Southern Pulmonary Care Services and Pharmacy, located 316A in Pontotoc. Thank them for sponsoring this best-of-3 series here in the North Half Championship. Well, trying to get that fire lit here will be Hayes Gregory leading off the bottom of the 7th here. Your score, 7-0, Ridgeland's advantage. Gregory swings on the first one. It's popped up, but it won't have enough to get out as it's going to be rallied in by the center fielder for out number 1. He got under it just a touch that time. That's now Jacob Kidd, who is 0 for 2 on the day, will be coming up to the plate. As now, once again, a little discussion between the umpires. He's talking to the coach of Ridgeland over here. Don't know what that was all about either. Guess they're just trying to make this game last a little bit longer. Or maybe there might have been a few words exchanged between players that time. I see him now going over talking to Coach Webb. We're going to take and stop this right here. We'll come back when they figure out what's going on. This guy makes me mad. I guess we're ready to play now. Swing and a miss that time by Jake. That one in the dirt for ball one. Still a decent crowd sticking around through the duration of this one. Warrior fans going to have to rally around the Warriors on the road Monday. Yeah, let's see ball two. That's high for ball three. Catcher tried to hold it in that spot there for a while, but he had to reach up to pull it down to that spot. So count goes 3-1. There's a shot, but directly to the second baseman, and the put out. Pontotoc's been hitting the baseball. It's just been directly to the infielders. They've had to move maybe one or two steps at the best to get to a ground ball. As now Nathan Hamilton will come up here, try to spark a two-out rally. Umpire calls time. The coach had something else to say. That pitch delivered low for a ball. There's a strike. The count goes 1-1. Big swing and a miss that time. Nice breaking ball. But the count goes 1-2 here. On Nathan Hamilton. Nathan gets a shot. Excellent play that time. A diving shortstop ends the ball game with an excellent defensive play. And Ridgeland brought their A game today and wins this one to the final score, 7-0. The first loss on the season here at the Hollow for Pontotoc. As you see the players there exchanging their good games after the game. Your final score in this one, 7-0. Our player of the game, Justin Smith of Ridgeland. He only had 3 strikeouts in the game, but he kept his pitches low and forces a lot of ground outs in the ball game. As you see there, the coaches talking to each other in the exchange of this one. Well, we moved to game 3 in Jackson. It'll be a big one. Expect a big turnout for both teams there. Be interesting to see who Ridgeland will put on the mound and how well Pontotoc will respond from their first loss at home this season. A big loss to even the series at 1 game apiece. As the Warriors gather behind second base. Your final score of this one, 7-0. Ridgeland's advantage. Go by and thank Southern Pulmonary Care Services and Pharmacy for sponsoring this action here in the North 4A Championship. The series tied 1 apiece. That's going to do it. Adam Gore signing off here from the Hollow in Pontotoc. We'll see you in Jackson.